All right. Good evening and good night and welcome to the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Tuesday, May 26, 2015. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimba, a.k.a. Christian, alongside
Soup.
Yeah, Soup. We're back again.
I'm turning up. Okay, all right.
We're back again, man?
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. This is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. Give us a call tonight, 340-201-9005. You can also text us on that number as well. Most importantly, man, you got to go to our website, streaming live from the vi.com. Go to that website, click on Watch Us Live, and guess what? They'll see us live. We do have a special guest in the studio tonight.
Two special guests.
Cyndee Frontal and Petra Cabrera. Wave to the crowd. You guys are streaming out right now. Say hi. You guys can say hi. Just
good night, everyone.
Good night. Okay, man. So we're they're a little shy, but we'll get right back with them. Just want to let everybody know that we are in the high-tech, low-tech studio, coming to you from an undisclosed location here, St. Clair, Virgin Islands. No radio, no TV, internet only. Got to get online with your smartphone, your iPad, your computer, whether it's Mac or Windows. Open your browser up and go to streaming live from the vi.com, and you'll be seeing us right now. All recorded live shows, man, like 180 somewhere in there, are on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search for the It's Your Perspective Talk Show channel, and it'll pop right up. We also have some videos on ustream.tv as well, same channel, It's Your Perspective Talk Show, and you'll be able to see all the shows. We have two Facebook pages, streaming live from the vi.com, one for the talk show, It's Your Perspective Talk Show. Get on there, get on Facebook, and give us a like, man. We have want to give a shout out to CHS class of 1982. Big ups to that whole crowd there. And one of our guests tonight is a class of 80s. So big ups to her entourage as well.
Don't say which one. Just say the
class of 80s. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Vanessa of Rhythms and I-Grade Records. Thanks for coming out. Julie and Sharice King. Most importantly, we want to thank all our past guests. Going back all the way back to April of 2014. Want to thank them all. And we did have author Gary James. He was here on Thursday. He was actually our first guest back in April of 2014, and he is coming on our show every other week now. He'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about Black Politics 2.0. This conversation continues. You can link us up to on Twitter, VI Perspective. Tweet with us. We're simply moving straight forward and up. The show's mission is to inform, entertain, and empower everybody. And as everybody knows, Soup blesses the show with the It's Your Perspective poem. Soup, you ready?
Yes, I.
Bless that mic, man.
Greetings. Kidama, Wim Pride, Selassie, the first lives. Rastafari. The greatest secret in life is that reality is nothing more than illusion. The physical world does not exist outside of our own belief system and the filter of our own mind. We are, in fact, subparticles of Jah experiencing creation itself. But as subparticles of Jah, we have also swayed over these creation. Everything you have experienced in life, every event, occurrence, object, and person is nothing more than a figment of your own thoughts, beliefs, and words. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. When you understand this, your entire world shifts and you come to realize the true meaning of life is tossed like a lucid dream. We have total control.
Yes, I Soup, man. Thanks for blessing the show. Well over a year now.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. Thanks for doing that for sure, you know. And before we get with our guests, there's one thing I wanted to mention too real quick, Soup, that I think is probably the most important thing I've heard that's going on right now is hurricane season is quickly approaching.
Yes.
Start stocking up on your items. Like we like to say on the show, when you go to Plaza or the local grocery store, you get 2, 3, and 4 items. You know, make sure you get extra this, extra that. Make sure you get extra medicine, extra water, and just stock all that stuff up in your extra room because you just never know how long we're gonna be out. You know, so. Start preparing for that. Know your evacuation routes, where you're going to go, how you're going to link up with your friends and family, All our stuff is important. We don't want any crazy surprises. So, on that note, man, we're gonna keep on moving here, man. Cyndee Frontal and Petra Cabrera are guests tonight, so we're gonna be talking about fashion shows, queen shows, and all things related. So, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing well. It's a pleasure being here again, as always.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And this is
for having us.
Okay.
And by the way, congratulations on your first year anniversary.
Yes, yes.
Last month.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
We've been doing it a year and a couple months now. Having so much fun, meeting all kind of interesting people, you know.
Yes, yes.
So you guys are back, and you're going to be talking about fashion shows and that kind of stuff. So where do you want to start? It sounds like you have a lot of stuff kind of lined up and ready to go. And I guess you want to take it.
Take it from the top.
Take it from the top.
Take it from the top. Sure, sure. I guess we can start off with the upcoming event of the fashion show that Cyndee's models in the aisles will be producing on the date June 28th. We're going to be having a fashion show, and it's actually a block fashion show on Christiansted on Company Street, and the fashion show is going to be on the 28th of June at Martini's restaurant. I think everybody knows where Martini's is by now. It's owned by Colin Hodge, and it's the perfect setting for an afternoon fashion show. And so I'm working on that, looking forward to that show. We're going to have some great models. We're going to be showing the fashions from the various stores on that block, because it's a block fashion show, and it's going to start off the summer with all the wonderful outfits that the stores have to offer for that summer. So of course I'm inviting the general public out to this grand fashion show on June 28th at Martini's.
Okay, so you have all your models and things like that together?
Oh yeah, they're always together, just waiting for that word. Give them a quick call. But I'm putting everything together, getting the segments together, and working. Right now, I'm working with the stores and trying to get everything in place. Colin Hodge is also getting ready, and he's hyped, and I'm hyped, and I'm looking forward to something such as this, which would be relaxing and fun and entertaining. We're going to have some entertainment during the show as well. And at the show, we're also going to be talking about some other upcoming events for Cyndee's models in the aisle. So, we're just looking forward to that. I hope you guys come out, of course.
Yes, I will make a grand effort to get out there. So before we go any further, tell us your guest here with you, Petra. She's Miss USVI World 2013.
Yes, that's correct. Miss U.S. Virgin Islands World 2013. And that takes me into the other event that we have coming up. My agency owns the license to the Miss World pageant. And in so doing, the being able to send a representative to the Miss World pageant, we of course have to hold a local pageant in order to select the winner for the Miss World pageant. And my local pageant is called the Miss US Paradise pageant, and that's where our beautiful Petra, she came through the Miss US Paradise. She was the local Miss US Paradise Queen for 2013. And she won the title and went on to represent the Virgin Islands in Indonesia in the Miss World 2013 pageant. So Petra is going to tell us about her experience in that pageant, because of course the local pageant is coming up in September, and right now we are looking for young ladies on the island of St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John in the Virgin Islands who would be interested in vying for this prestigious title of Miss US Paradise 2015. and that winner will, of course, go on to the Miss World pageant, which incidentally is going to be held in China this year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, of course, we know that the Miss World pageant is an international pageant. So the winners, the girls who represent the Virgin Islands, always look forward to going to an international pageant. And not just a pageant, but visiting the international countries.
It's one of the most exciting part of this
Petra, make sure your mic is on.
It's
It's
fun.
on.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I was saying that is one of the most exciting part of the pageant, that you get to travel about around the world and to meet new people. You get to meet a new culture and to make new friends. Also, you get that beautiful experience that you only live once, and you get to share it with your friends afterward. It is rewarding.
How long did you stay over in Indonesia?
I stayed for a whole month. It was a whole month that I compete, because the pageant is one of the largest pageants. It holds 127 contestants a year, and of course, to get everything done, all the challenge, like the beauty with the purpose and the Parenthood competition with 127 contestants, they need time.
Right.
So yes, it was a month.
Yes, the young ladies usually will have to leave the Virgin Islands a month before the pageant. They are expected to get to wherever the pageant is being held 1 month in advance, so they can participate in the preliminary competitions, which will take them to the final competition. Yes.
Okay. A question for you, Petra. Was this your first Queen contestant, or you've been doing this before?
I was Miss USVI Dominican Republic in 2011, but international, yes, that was my first pageant, and I have to say it was the greatest.
Okay. Are you going to compete some more in international pageant, or this is for you?
Are you like retired now?
I'm looking forward to compete again. For me, it was a pleasure. It was my honor. And if I have to do it again, yes, I would love to do it.
Okay.
So Cyndee, you, talk about like what I don't know if this is like the right time, but what like as far as models go, what are you looking for and that kind of thing? Because I just want to say that Petra is tall. I mean,
yes,
she's very very tall. You know, you can't really see, but she's very very tall.
How tall are you, Petra?
5'10".
5'10". You
yes.
sure? You sure? You look a little taller than that.
Well, she has 5'10" without heels.
heels.
And she has heels, so she's probably 5'12" with the heels. But yes, we do have some criteria that have to be met, and sometimes I hear people young ladies become discouraged because they do not meet the one or two of the criterias, and they wonder why can't I do it? But these international pageants have a real high standard, and we want to be able to send a representative that can stand up to the competition. Not saying that our young ladies are not good enough, but we have a criteria of 5'7" and over as far as height.
Right.
Size 0 to 6. They must be a U.S. citizen and must have resided in the Virgin Islands, be a resident of the Virgin Islands, and they cannot be married or have any children. So those are the requirements for the pageant, locally and as well as internationally.
How long they got to reside in the territory?
They have to reside in the Virgin Islands at least a year.
Okay.
At least a year. And so we have no problem. So far, all of the girls who have showed some interest and who have entered have met the criteria. The only one that we run a little difficulty with is the height, of course, and sometimes with the size. But we want, when the young ladies go to the international pageant, and I'm going to have Petra talk a little, expand a little on it. You know how the girls are, their height. I mean, Petra, we say, is tall, but when Petra got there, I mean, she was looking up at
The girls are really high. I think just one girl was short, and it was Miss Wam, and it's because in that country, you know, the high is person is like 5 feet, and the rest of them, they were higher than me. Yes,
they were much taller, and the size also. Usually they're size 0, size 2, size 4.
They look like model for Victoria's Secret. Yeah.
Well, you don't think you could model for Victoria?
Yes, I can.
Okay, don't never knock yourself down. Don't never knock yourself down.
No,
You know.
but, you know, at first when I got there, I feel intimidated by the girls.
Right.
And I thought that I was not going to be noticed by the judge or by anybody. And I surprised myself that I called the attention of the media and the judges, also the CEO, Miss Julia Morley. She was impressed.
And Petra, must say, she was selected to dance to come out front in the introduction dance in the pageant. So I believe they selected how many girls?
Okay, the first week that I got there, I got selected top 11 to do the opening ceremony. I'm sorry, top 16 out of the 127 contestants.
Right.
Afterward, they select me again for the Dance of the World, top 11. And
so I'm assuming too that you have to know how to dance. You got dancing skills down pat to get there.
Yes, that is one of the skills that you
Okay.
or have a talent. You have to have a talent.
Yeah, she had a great talent, and she was a belly dancer and interpreted the belly dancing into our culture. And so that was something that she did. So at the opening of the show, we were able to see Petra on stage up front in the international pageant. So that was wonderful. And
this was on like regular TV or
yes, it's showed on television.
Okay,
yes.
okay, I missed that one, man.
Yes.
If you want to see it, you can go to YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
There.
Okay.
Yeah, all the pageants are on YouTube.
Okay,
so you
okay.
can go back and look at that.
Okay.
But it is, and I usually announce it and I put it on Facebook when it's when the pageant is coming up. So it's not on MTV. It's oh boy, I forget the station that it's on.
VH1.
Yes, I think it's VH1.
Okay.
You remember the station that it was played on? But you know, I announced it. I will definitely let you guys know so that you can tune in for this year. It's going to be held on December 19th. Is the finals?
Actual finals, okay.
Yes, but the winner has to be in China on November 19th. Yeah, November 19th. Okay. She leaves the island and she travels, and it usually takes about 2 days for the girls to get to where they're going. But the first local pageant was in 2010, and that winner was Whitney Carter. And incidentally, the pageant was in China when Whitney won. So she went to China, and then the next year we had Isanica Vera, and that pageant was in London. And then the year after that we had, and actually Whitney was from St. Croix, Isanica was from St. Thomas, and the next year we had another Centomian, Taisha Lashley. And I'm trying to think where hers was in China as well. And then we had Petra in 2013, and she was in. She went to Indonesia.
So China is very famous for having these fashion.
Yeah, yeah.
For having these
But
shows.
why is that though? I mean, why do they have them so far? You know, I mean,
Well, I think what they do, they have these countries bidding for the spot, and somehow they win out the bids. And I believe too, it's because they have the perfect venue, and it's really, from what I've seen.
And some countries have so many rules. Like when I went to Indonesia, they banned the bathing suit competition.
Yes.
So, yes.
Okay, that's a Muslim country.
Yes,
It is
Yes,
a Muslim
yes,
country,
yes.
and it was disrespectful to do it. So we have to, they ban it, and we did a surround competition instead of bathing suit competition. And I get top 30 for that, Cyndee.
she got what?
Top 30.
Okay,
Already.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes. You know, the girls always look forward to coming out top in the various competitions. Another part, the Miss World pageant not just deals with beauty, but there's a part of one competition within the pageant that's called Beauty with a Purpose, and it's where each of the representative enters into the pageant a video that highlights an area that they're passionate about and something that they've done work with and in their community to help. And usually the winner of the Beauty with the Purpose usually scores very high.
Yes.
Yes.
The most points goes to the Beauty with the Purpose. That's the challenge that they concern the most.
Yes, it's of some great concerns, and when you look at the competition, you will see the different countries and the things that these young ladies, help. They put in a lot of time and work in the different areas that they're representing with Beauty with a Purpose. And then of course we have the World Beach Fashion segment of the pageant, where it's judged by swimwear. And then the top model, the girls are judged on their modeling ability, and they do a fashion show and they select the top models from there. And then there's the World Multimedia Award or competition.
That is for the most popular in the competition, the one that have more followers, that like the page the most, because we also have a website created that is called Miss World, and the title of the country that you are representing. For the U.S. Virgin Islands, it's Miss World U.S. Virgin Islands, and it is on Facebook, and you have to earn a lot of friends, people following you and commenting, and that will help you to place in the top 5 for the final section.
Usually when the girls leave, say, the Virgin Islands and start traveling, they start posting information on the page saying where they are, what they're doing,
right,
and highlighting different parts of the competition and talking about their countries and stuff like that. And so they look for the girl who does the most where that's concerned. And
who's got the most likes and the most tweets and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yes, and that all goes towards the winner, who comes out in the top during the pageant.
So Petra, you got a lot of tweets there and a lot of likes, or how did that work out for you?
I have to say that I wasn't too popular. No, not too popular.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I had enough.
But the big countries, they have a lot of following, and
right,
yes,
they have lots of people. And I think in the Virgin Islands, we need to really get into
we need to back up. I mean,
yes,
support our own.
Support our own.
So that's why you comes into place, Cyndee. That now, once that competition starts and you found out once you find a winner, then you let us know. You let the public know.
Yes.
This is what's going on, and you need to start bigging her up.
Definitely, and that we do, and we try our best to do that. And I'm looking for someone who can help with public relations, and if anyone is interested in working on the pageant committee, we are looking for for committee members because we do have a public relations segment where I do need people to work with me in getting the information out there, promoting the pageant. We need people to work in various areas of the pageant. So if anyone out there is interested in joining the Miss US Paradise pageant committee and helping to get the pageant going for 2015, just give me a call, and we definitely need the help. There's also the talent segment of the competition, and we spoke briefly a while ago about the talent, and Petra is a great belly dancer, and we just couldn't pass that up, and so we had it, she portrayed the belly dancing into the culture, and so she did an excellent job on that. You wanna?
So Petra, you were traveling by yourself when you were over there?
Yes,
Yes.
I travel by myself.
Okay, wow. That in itself must be kind of, scary, interesting, exciting to do,
I like adventure. It wasn't that scary.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was kind of a little worried about Petra because, she's, as you can tell, she's learning English. She's from the Dominican Republic, and she's lived here for about 5 years now, right? 7 years, you see. And so when Petra joined the pageant, she learned a lot, and her speaking ability as far as English is concerned has improved so much, and we're so proud of her for that. And so I was a little nervous when I knew that she was traveling by herself, and but she did well.
Handled well, yeah.
She handled herself well.
I have to say that I was really shy, and the pageant helped me to develop more knowledge and
self-confidence. Yes. And we've seen such an improvement in her, and what I would like the community or the public to understand is that everybody has a purpose in life. Everybody has their different areas that people fit into. Everyone may not fit into an area where you think that's the top area, or and women who are involved in pageants, people may think of it as just a beauty, but it's not just beauty. When the women are involved in pageants, it goes beyond the beauty. It goes with their intelligence. It goes with helping them with their confidence, their self-esteem, and you see them blossom from timid, shy young women into women who are outspoken, women who may even venture to help co-host your talk show.
That's what it's about.
Yes, and so my job as the owner of my modeling agency, I've seen that happen as well with the models when they start out. I always talk about one model, Denise, when she first came to me back in 19 somewhere when she started out, and she did a audition to join my agency, and when she walked in, I was like, no, we can't use you, and then she went back, and some months later, maybe a year later, I'm not sure, she improved upon herself, and she came back and she auditioned again, and that time she was selected, and I've seen her grow from a young, timid, shy, very shy young lady, and she blossomed. She became talkative. She was always the first to volunteer to be in a fashion show or something. And she was one of the most outgoing. She has become one of the most outgoing models. And so it's the same thing with pageant. I think pageantry is one of the arts that, just like sports, and I think we should back our contestants who are vying for titles. They're representing, our country. They're representing the Virgin Islands. And one of the reasons, not to cut you off, but you mentioned if she travels alone, and she does, because of course the funding isn't there for anyone else to travel with her. So whatever we are able to get from sponsors, from tourism, it's just enough to put into that contestant or that young lady, and it's not even enough. And so we usually end up sending them off short of something, short somewhere. And I know when she got to the pageant, there were young ladies at the pageant whose country supported them a lot with funding, with everything, right? They didn't have to worry about anything.
Yes.
But do they, when you get there, do they take care of you? I mean, in any capacity, you get over there.
Oh yeah, I mean, once they get there, the Miss World take them over. We can't see them. We don't have anything to do with them at that point.
Okay.
Everywhere we go, we are escorted by police officer, and if we leave the room, security walk with us. They treat you like queens, like
royalty.
Right.
And you can follow them on the MissWorld.com on their website, and you see where the girls are going, what they're doing. And I sit and look at it, and I feel like we wish we were there. I mean, they were riding camels. They were doing things that we would never
get
dream of.
bored. You will never get bored with them. They have like a schedule set up with a lot of activities from day one till the last day.
Right.
Oh yes, they're full days of activities, and I know you guys get tired. You don't have much time to rest, right?
Not much time to rest, but I enjoy it. I didn't get tired.
Yeah, sometimes the girls, they tell me, gosh, I didn't even have time to call you, because I may tell them, send me an email or call.
They have time to do that
either,
right?
They have time to do that. They get up real early. There's breakfast. There's a time to go for breakfast. They have a schedule, and they have to be on that schedule.
I remember that I lost so much weight, and I think it's because all the activities, because they have breakfast, lunch, dinner on time, and it's like a huge amount for nobody to be starving or anything. But all the activities, you are active, and I think that is what make me lose so much weight. I lost like about 15 pounds when I came back.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're always on the go. And then what you can see too in the different countries, there are restaurants, and they actually take them to different parts of whatever country they're in. So they get to visit different areas of the country and get to participate or partake in the culture of the actually
Safari tours.
they have
to
tours.
temples.
It's an experience that any girl would want, and so that's why I always encourage young ladies, if pageantry is something that you want to do, well, why not? Don't let anyone talk you out of it. And I also would encourage businesses, encourage our government to try and support the art more, because we do have women who go abroad and they represent the countries, and we want our girls to be able to represent us and be happy and not travel with stress because they didn't have enough of anything, so they couldn't take the right dress, and so they sometimes with the luggage we do get the airlines to help and waive the luggage fees, but then once the girls get further off, and they still encounter when they have to change flights, they may encounter issues. And so of course we have to send the girls with money, they have to travel with money. So I do encourage businesses to try your best to support
Yeah.
because it's really for a good cause.
So why is this not part of tourism budgets?
Well, I must say, tourism do give us some funding, but what we do get from them, it's enough to at least enter the pageant and do the initial registrations and stuff. But we do still have to go out and try to get more sponsors.
Yeah, you do some fundraising stuff.
Yes, which is also very hard because everybody's saying, it's tight. It's tight.
It's
And it's not only the ticket the ambassador needs. She also needs a cultural costume, the talent costume, expensive and clothes to be there.
Yeah, there's a list of.
It costs a pretty penny.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. There's a list of clothing that the girls
Have
get,
to.
and they have to have. They have to have cocktail dresses. All these elegant cocktails and events that they're
right.
going to. They need gowns. They have to have at least 5 gowns. They have to have at least like 8 cocktail dresses.
And don't forget about 100 pairs of shoes, right?
And the shoes. You know, the hair have to be in place, makeup. So it's not just picking a winner and packing her up and sending her. We have to make sure she goes equipped, and you know, she has to have photographs. You know, she has to do a photo shoot. She has to do the video for Beauty with a Purpose, and so we have to get a good, you know, if we want the video to be able to stand up again with the other videos that are there, we have to do a good video. And so it's quite costly, and we do thank the Department of Tourism, because actually, even though it's not enough, it's what helps us.
You a boost.
Yeah, it allows us to go. Without the Department of Tourism's support, we wouldn't even be able to send the young lady. So you know, we do thank the Department of Tourism. We thank the lottery. Have also contributed. We have Natalie Nelson Tang Hao, attorney.
Right.
She's done some contributions. The Seaplane, they've done some as well. So we do get a little here and there, but substantial support is always needed.
So I wanted to ask you a question. Do they still ask you a question in these pageants? You know.
The question and answer?
Yeah, they still do that?
Definitely.
Okay.
They do. That's the most important.
Yes.
You also get interviews like one by one, and every certain time you get to sit with the judges and they interview you, and you have to impress them. You have to give them good answer. The questions are not too tight. They're not tough. It's more personal and about your country. So you have to be related with the country that you're representing and know everything about it.
Okay.
Yes. So we try to do a lot of practice sessions here before the girls leave. And
what was your question? You remember?
Like I said before, it was about. It was a lot of personal questions. They asked about my family.
Okay, so okay.
Yes.
Nothing about how do you solve world hunger, nothing like that, right?
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. It was easy.
Okay.
Well, actually, I think what you're referring to is when the girls get to that top point where they're selected. Maybe I think it's like 5 girls are selected, the top 5 girls, and then they get one question like that where they have to answer.
But also, the contestants have to be ready for those questions, because when you go outside to explore the country, there's a lot of hosts, a lot of people interviewing you outside for the TV, and they ask you those questions. They ask you a question like that.
Yeah, the girls are constantly followed by the media. That's one thing.
Right.
You know, from the time they get off the plane at the airport, the media follows them, and so they constantly having to stop and answer questions. And like she said, they do have security around them. So we're usually not too worried about the girls, because we know with the Miss World is the top international pageant, so we know the girls are taken care of really well, and we know they're under tight security, and but they're always, that's where their intellect comes in. That's where, you know, the ability to speak and interact comes in, because they're always in contact with the media, with the judges, with different people. They interact with the governments of the countries, and so they have to be able to represent and represent well.
Well, yeah.
So, Cyndee, what is your criteria for a young lady to be a part of this pageant?
Well, as I mentioned before, she has to be between the ages of 17 and 24. She must never be married, no children. She must be at least, we've lowered the height to at least 5'6". She must be at least size 0 to 6 and a citizen of the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
So that's the local criteria, and once they meet that criteria, then their registration forms, they will enter the pageant. The pageant, a local pageant, is going to be held on September 6th, so far on St. Croix.
How many girls you have already, you know?
Well, at this time, we haven't.
Still recruiting?
Really, yeah, we're still recruiting.
Okay.
We have, so far, I think we have 3 young ladies who are saying that they want to, and so.
And what would be the minimum would you hold a contestant with?
I would work with 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
If I must.
Okay.
I must, with 2 or 3, because I'm very selective with the contestants for this pageant, because again, I want the young lady to be able to do well and to stand up in the competition with the other ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we're recruiting. We're looking for young ladies, any 17 to 24, and basically, if anyone is interested, if you know someone who meets the criteria, give me a call at 690-2045, or you can inbox me on Facebook, Cyndee Frontal, and let me know that you're interested, and I definitely can set up an appointment, meet with you, and we can go from there. Because we do need some young ladies to, get rolling and start getting prepared for the pageant in December.
I'm sure there's some training and that kind of stuff that they have to go through to get. Once you pick them, they probably still need some.
Oh, definitely. We have to start once they're selected. We have to have someone working with them with their walking skills, their speaking. I usually get someone that will come in and work with the speaking. Working with them with the questions and answer. Also have to have someone that's helping to work with getting the DVD ready for the Beauty with a Purpose. And so I find that I spend a lot of time though trying to get sponsors, and not as much time as we would like working with the girls. But again, that's why we also need committee members, people who can also assist me in getting the girls prepared.
Have you ever had a young lady come in that had a lot of what you're looking for, very little, I don't know, training, preparation? She just was very natural.
Yeah. Yes, we've had women, some young ladies who are natural. Like I said, Petra was pretty good. Petra definitely had the stage presence, the looks. When she walked in, right away she caught attention. What we worked with Petra was her speaking, and it was because of her, her Spanish and English, and so we had to work with her a lot with that. But as far as her stage presence and her abilities, we really had no issue with that. I had another young lady, Cabrera. Oh my gosh, she was just a natural. Isanica, actually, she plays 4th runner-up in the Miss Supranational pageant, which is another international pageant that I send young ladies to from my pageant, the Miss Supranational pageant, and she was the 4th runner-up in that international pageant. So we were extremely proud of her. And she also did the Miss World pageant, and she was in number 11. Yeah, she was in the top 11, which is quite a feat for the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
So she actually got airtime. She actually got airtime in the final pageant. And
you mean airtime on a TV show? The show when they were okay.
Yes,
Okay.
her pageant was in London, and you know where you asked me if the girl gets to answer a question, a one
Right.
question, she did get to. So she had that airtime,
Okay.
and she was very exceptional. And so she was in the top, and she was the second in the talent competition, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Remember, yeah, she did a Michael Jackson
Michael Jackson
interpretation. Yes, and so she was the second in the talent, which was, so the Virgin Islands was heard. We were here in the Virgin Islands. When the scores were being tallied after each segment and the scores were tallied, her name was usually going up, and we were just,
Just excited about that.
just excited. So it was wonderful.
Okay.
So we do have some, a lot of talented young ladies in the Virgin Islands. They just need to come out of the little holes.
The little shell.
Yeah, the shells, and just come out and say, I want to do this, because I know when Petra did the pageant, she was shy, and now I heard her say that she wants to do another pageant.
She's breaking in.
So, Cyndee, do you like when you're walking around town and you see somebody, do you approach them or you wait for people to come to you?
I do approach people, believe it or not. I do approach people, and I usually I would tell them that they have the look. And, if they were interested in modeling, or if they were interested in pageants. And sometimes they're like, yeah. And sometimes they say they would call. I give them my card. They say they would call, and they don't. What I think I need to do is start taking numbers instead of just giving the cards. I need to start taking numbers and then following up on
Call
that.
them up on it, yeah.
Yes, because I do go. One time I was in the movies and I saw a young lady in the movies, but I didn't get to talk to her because she was a good distance away. And I'm looking, every time I go out, I'm looking to see if I see this lady again, because she was ideal for what I was looking for my not the pageant, but the fashion shows.
Okay. Yeah, I see at least one young lady every day that probably fits what you're looking for.
And sometimes people do call me up and they say, I have the perfect girl for you. She's so tall and she's so skinny. and I say, okay, give me her number or have her call me. And then, she will call, or I will talk to her or meet with her. And even though she has the height, it's just not something that she wants to do or care to do. And she probably has a left feet or something, and she, I tell her to do a turn here, and I could see that it's gonna be a lot of work.
Okay.
But that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's not always because they're tall and because they're pretty, but there's
many things involved.
Yes.
Many things involved to get that. Petra, have you met anybody like any of the supermodels that we know of, like today? The supermodels. Who are supermodels now?
Naomi
Campbell. Any of those?
Banks.
Oh no,
Wish.
I wish. That would be nice.
All right. So you haven't met anybody. Okay.
Now, we have the model Hannah from St. Thomas, and I've mentioned her to some of the models, and one of these days when she comes to visit, because she models for Victoria's Secret, and so one of these days when
she's from the Virgin Islands?
Yes.
Oh, really?
She's
Okay.
from St. Thomas.
Okay.
So yeah, I tell the girls maybe we might bump into her.
Okay.
But in order to meet them, we of course have to leave the island, right? Unless they're vacationing.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
So tell us about this the fashion show they got coming up.
Well, the fashion show, and Petra, if you want to see Petra again, you come out to the fashion show. It's on the 28th June at Martini's. And also, we want to mention that in addition to the fashion show, we're going to jump right from the fashion show And on July 16th, where Cyndee's Models is going to be producing the dating game. And I know I mentioned the dating game to you when I was here last time. And you were pretty excited about it, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I just mentioned it to Petra, and Petra thinks that it's fun. It sounds like fun. But the dating game is something that I think would be a fun event, and it's also going to be held at Martini's, and it's going to be on a Thursday evening. That's July 16th, which is a Thursday after work, and it's where we're going to have either a young woman or a young man, or a man. I always say young, a man or a woman. And that person is going to select a date from among three of someone of opposite sex, and not see her. There'll be a petition in between, and the three ladies or three men will be on the other side, and they're going to correspond. He's going to ask questions, or she's going to ask questions of them, and they'll answer the questions, and at the end, he or she will select the one that he feels or she feels would be the one that he would want to take on a date. Now we have restaurants who will be sponsoring a lunch or a dinner, and so they will go on a sponsored lunch or dinner and get to know each other. I mean, if they like each other, they can continue dating.
Right.
That's up to them. That's their personal thing. If not, and it doesn't work out, they can come back around and recycle and come back into the game for another session.
Okay.
Now we're going to try that out on July 16th. I think it will be fun, and we are looking for candidates, people who would be interested. I was telling Petra, asking her if she had any friends who would want to be in the dating game. So I'm going to ask you guys as well, if you know of anyone who's single. You have to be single, cannot be married, you cannot be engaged, and you cannot have a boyfriend or girlfriend, because we don't want any drama.
That is very important. Very, very important.
That's extremely important, because we do not want any drama. But if you know anyone who, because we always hear women saying, I ain't got no man here for me, and I can't find a man, or men saying the same thing, can't find a good woman. Well, how are you gonna find one? This would be a good way to find. Yeah, this would be the opportunity. You come out, you meet the lady. You meet the lady, you take her out, and you don't have to. Continue dating her. If you don't like her, if you don't like him, you don't have to. Nobody's saying you have to. It's just a fun thing to do, and then you go your merry way. Now, one of the things that I've heard, some people have told me is that makes me sound desperate. You think? I didn't see
being in a dating game show.
Yes, makes them sound desperate.
No, I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't say so either.
Because they don't have to end up being
with the
together,
person. No, but they feel just being in the dating game means that they're desperate to find somebody, so they would go to any means, such as the dating game. But I didn't agree with that. But those are some of the things I've had many people who said they were interested, but just didn't have the courage. Just didn't know. Was shy about it. I was thinking about what other people would think about it, or think about them, and and then I tend to have to try to follow up with them. I don't want to force anybody or push anybody into doing it, so it's a voluntary thing, and but we are looking for people in the community who would be interested in participating.
When someone calls you and says, I want to participate, is there you have a screening process? Or
there definitely is. There is an application, a registration form that you have to fill out. Of course, it will tell us some things about you and what you're looking for. And of course, we want to make sure that we match you up with the right women. So if it's a man on one side of the screen and three women, the three women are going to be somewhat the type of women that he's looking for. They're gonna fall in the category that he's in as far as age, probably job wise, so we're not gonna try and set up a 21-year-old with someone that's way beyond the age that was. So we want them to be compatible. So
So
there's
basic compatibilities.
Yes, definitely. So there's registration that they would have to go through and fill out the form, and then we'll try to find out a little background information about these people, and go from there.
How are you going to prevent? Let's say I'm the guy, and then behind the wall there are three young ladies. How are you going to prevent Soup's in the crowd and he's doing like this? Goal number 2. How are you going to prevent that kind of thing? From happening?
Well, that's a good question, because of course the first game is going to set a precedence for the games to come.
Okay.
But we, of course, for something like that, we're not going to want the audience to interact in that way, in any way of encouragement. There will be points where we will have them clap if they like, or clap if
But you know what you could do too for that? You can put the guys or the girls in a room on a camera, and then have it projected outside, so that no one can make contact in the audience with the guests, because you don't want someone saying, okay, Soup's like, yeah, goal number 1, goal number 1.
Well, he could still do that if he's seen who's on the camera. They're not gonna. By the way, the contestants are not gonna be interacting with the audience. They will be in a room away from the audience.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not gonna be. And if you know Martinis, you know that they do have the back room.
Yes.
So they're gonna be back there, and they're not gonna be interacting. The audience won't know who they will be until after.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So maybe I can look forward to one of you guys participating.
I'm thinking about it.
Thinking about
I'm
it.
thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. That's all I'm
Well,
gonna say.
we're looking forward to it. I think it'll be great.
You have more people signed up, or is it still?
Well, like I said, I have 10 people that signed up, but signed up is just saying,
Sign up.
yes,
Right.
sign up is just saying, yeah, I guess I'll do it. Here's my name and number.
Yeah.
But not participating in the registration part of it yet.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe giving them some kind of incentive to want to do it. I don't know.
Well, we're thinking about that as well. If you have any suggestions, we're open to that.
I don't know. I mean,
I think the incentive, just having a date and a possible companion.
is exciting enough. Yeah. Yeah.
That's incentive enough, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Especially if you're single, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
And you don't want to stay single.
Yeah, it sounds good, man. It sounds good. Hopefully, who signed up will participate.
Yes.
How old have to be the person?
They have to be 21 and over. Yes, only adults, 21 and over, and just not married and single, basically.
Completely single, not
Completely
married.
single. I don't.
Because of the drama.
Yes.
The drama level is like 0.5 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Not even 5.
It's got to be 0, right?
Zero, yeah.
0, okay.
But it's scheduled right now for July 16th at Martini's, and our fashion show is scheduled for June 28th at Martini's.
Okay.
So at Martini's, we will definitely have more information. You never know. We will have registration forms and applications there at Martini's on the 28th. So we're gonna use that to try and promote the event and to get people out to that event.
Okay. So Cyndee, did you get all your events there?
I think so for
Okay.
now.
So Petra, any final words?
Well, for the future winner for the Miss US Paradise, I would like to tell her that just to be herself and to do not try to compare herself with the other contestant, because that is not going to lead her to anything. She have to be herself and be confident about who she is.
Mhm.
And of course, Petra said it was a great experience, right? And you would encourage women to participate, correct?
Yes, because it's not only to be an ambassador and be serious all the time. You also will have fun in there.
So do you still have duties involved with that, or
Still have what?
duties associated with winning that in 2013?
Oh,
The Miss World
Yes.
people, I'll interact with the girls that compete. I get to be friend with Miss Ecuador, Miss Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Dominican Republic, and we're still talking. But with the judges, no.
no,
Okay.
she has no duties. Actually, the winner, once the winner is selected, the winner lives actually. I mean, I know any young lady would like to be at the
She
winner.
travel around
She
the
travels
country.
around the world, and she gets to live in London for the year of her reign.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, she
Yes.
has an apartment in London, and she travels the world.
Okay.
So
Wow.
just that alone.
It's a good incentive, right?
Yes, but that's basically once the girls compete and they leave, they come home with an experience and knowledge of what it's like, and they can talk to other young ladies and encourage them to do the pageant. Right now, the benefits from the pageant, other than the experience of it and other than winning the title, is of course having some friends, having contacts.
Mhm.
Like she mentioned, if she were going to do other pageants, she would know have contacts with the other contestants, see what pageants they're into, get in touch with designers, dressmakers, stuff like that, and so it's a lifetime friendship with the other young ladies.
Yeah, it sounds like a lifetime experience. Many, many memories.
Yes. And she actually is interested in the Miss US Miss Universe pageant. Unfortunately, we haven't sent a contestant to the Miss Universe pageant for the past, I believe, 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And so we're hoping that the Miss Universe pageant gets back on the road, and we are able to send a contestant to the Miss Universe pageant.
One other quick question for Petra. So you did you always want to be a model, or so you're growing up and you're young, and did you want to be a nurse, and how did that all kind of come about?
Well, since I was a little baby, a little child, I remember telling my mother that I wanted to be like one of those girls walking in the big gown and on TV. It was always a dream of mine.
A dream. Okay, and it's come true.
It came true.
Okay.
That's usually the dream of a lot of little, young
Yes.
girls.
Girls, yeah.
As they start up, they start wearing their mom's heels, and they see the pageants and they want to be a part of it. So imagine actually for that to come true, for an experience like that to become true. So
Okay.
it's great.
Well, we want to thank our guests tonight, Cyndee Frontal and Petra Cabrera, for coming out and talking with us. Many events coming up. I guess for the rest of the year, I'm gonna get those dates from you, so when I do the posting, I can sort of put them in there a little bit.
Yes, and I hope to see the community come out and support Cyndee's models in the aisle, support the events that I have coming up, support the pageant, and support the young ladies, and just come out and be a part, because it's all a lot of fun, and it's a lot of entertainment, and it's for a worthwhile cause. And I hope to come back every time we're having events. I would love to come back and share what we're doing.
We love having you, man.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so our guests tonight, Cyndee Frontal and Petra Cabrera. They're our guests, Cyndee's models, and Petra was is Miss USVI World 2013. This is the HO Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. Soup, any final words, man?
Cyndee and Petra, I want to thank you all both for coming on the show. Continue to do what you're doing, Cyndee. Petra, continue to go forward.
Yeah.
Jah guide, one perfect love, Rastafari lives.
Yeah, and we like to say one perfect love is our prayers and His blessings. When you put it all together, you get one perfect love. And I think Cyndee was trying to say something, so I'm going to leave her with the last word.
Oh, I was just doing that. But I failed to mention our reigning Miss U.S. Paradise, Aniska Tong, who actually is in Atlanta. She's residing now in Atlanta, but we want to say hi and out to Aniska Tong, who is the 2014 Miss U.S. Paradise and Miss USVI World, and she represented the pageant just as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We'll leave it at that. This is the HO Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow night. We do have another guest lined up. Should be another interesting show. So we'll leave it at that, Soup.
Yes,
thanks for coming out. We're out. Peace.